Those who hang the Malaysian flag upside down are considered heroes. Those who defend the Malaysian flag are called Zionists. Frankly, such a mindset belongs in the bin.
Wow. That's a powerful statement to start with.
It really is. And when you hear something like that from a figure like Akmal, it doesn't just stay political commentary, does it?
No, not in Malaysia. Things like that, they tend to seep into everyday life.
Exactly. It can suddenly make, just talking to your neighbor feel charged. Suddenly, these big political narratives are right there in your community.
It does make you question things. I mean, what do you make of declarations like that? Does this kind of talk actually unite people, or does it just drive wedges deeper?
That's the core question, isn't it? And this specific statement came right after a recent rally, which kind of sets the scene.
Ah, yes, the rally in Kepala Batas. That was led by the United Malay's national organization, Youth Wing.
That's the one. And what's really striking is that it went ahead even though the police had, well, publicly asked for calm, told people not to gather.
Right. There were specific calls to avoid assembly, if I remember correctly?
There were. But Akmal, who leads the youth wing, was quite defiant about it. He actually said, "Is it wrong to gather? You could gather before, but we can't now."
That's laying down a marker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Challenging the authorities, suggesting a double standard.
Pretty much. It's a bold move.
And you have to look at the intention there, right? He's framing this rally as, well, a perfectly legitimate thing to do, a public expression.
Yeah, like it's just normal assembly.
By saying others could gather before, why can't we? He's trying to build this narrative that they're being unfairly targeted. It's a way to rally support, make his base feel like they're under attack.
It's a classic political tactic, really. Create that us versus them feeling.
Absolutely. And it can be very effective, especially tapping into historical sentiments or existing divisions in a diverse society like Malaysia. Emotion often trumps fact in these situations.
And he didn't stop there. He then specifically took a shot at Stephen Simchi Keong, the Penang Democratic Action Party chairman.
Oh, what did he say?
He said, and I'm quoting again, "Thank God the rally just now was successful, peaceful, and safe. No cars overturned. Thought I'd get a flag from Stephen Sim just now. Turns out he only sent people to distribute, just talk."
Okay, so that sounds like gloating, almost. Portraying the rally as a success and mocking a political opponent at the same time.
It certainly comes across that way. But then things got even more complicated with Lawyers for Liberty showing up.
Right. Their involvement added another very contentious layer to the whole thing.
Oh.
What happened there?
Well, their director, Zaid, Malek, and some members were at the rally, and they were holding up cards.
The ones that said, "Don't act like a Zionist."
Exactly those. And that's what prompted Akmal's really strong condemnation that we started with.
The part about hanging flags upside down and being called Zionist.
Yes. He said, that's their behavior. Truly, there's something that should be thrown away. Really harsh words.
So the obvious question is, what did Lawyers for Liberty actually mean by using the term Zionist? It's incredibly loaded.
It is. And Zaid and Malek did explain their reasoning publicly.
Okay. What was his explanation?
He clarified that for them, the term Zionist character isn't about race or religion. It's about an oppressive mentality.
An oppressive mentality. How did he define that?
He described it as referring to people in power who scapegoat others, who oppress minorities or weaker groups.
Well, I see.
And in this specific situation, with what he saw as 3 Malay Muslim majority parties kind of ganging up on a Chinese shop owner, he felt that analogy, that phrase was, quote, most fitting.
So he saw it as a situation of power imbalance and oppression,
Right.
and used that term to describe the mentality he perceived in the actions against the shop owner.
That's the explanation given. But of course, Akmal didn't accept that explanation at all.
No, I imagine not. What was his counter?
He fired back, labeling Lawyers for Liberty and Zaid Malek specifically as provocateurs, bullies, and real instigators of chaos.
Wow. So completely rejecting their framing and turning the accusation back on them?
Yeah.
Provocateurs and bullies. Strong stuff.
Very strong. It just shows how deep the disagreement runs, how differently they see the same events.
Which brings us back to Stephen Sim's reaction, too. Because Akmal claimed the rally was peaceful and successful.
Right. But Stephen Simchi Keong had a totally different take.
What was the official Democratic Action Party response.
Stephen Sim stated very clearly that they planned to file a police report against Akmal.
On what grounds?
His argument was that Akmal's rally directly defied the police directives. The police had asked people not to gather to maintain calm.
So, defiance of police orders.
Yes, and he also alleged that Akmal's actions contributed to disturbing public order. So one side says peaceful success, the other says defiance and disruption.
It really puts the public in a difficult position, doesn't it? Who do you believe when you have such completely contradictory accounts from prominent figures?
Exactly. How do you navigate that? Which version of reality is the true one?
And this is where we need to sort of peel back the layers and look at the stated intentions versus perhaps the underlying impacts or goals.
Let's try that. So for Akmal, what was the stated intention?
Well, according to him, the rally was purely about patriotism, defending the national flag, the Jalur Gimmeling.
He specifically said it wasn't political.
He did. He framed it as proving they could assemble peacefully, almost challenging anyone who suggested otherwise. A demonstration of capability, perhaps.
Okay. And for Stephen Sim?
For him, it seems the priority was law and order, respecting police instructions, ensuring public safety, preventing any trouble, very much about procedure and stability.
Right. Adherence to the rules.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Lawyers for Liberty. Their stated intention, through Zaid Malek, was quite different again.
Highlighting power imbalances.
Exactly. They saw what they believed was oppression in action, multiple majority groups against one minority individual, and they used that controversial analogy to draw attention to that perceived dynamic, to challenge that mentality.
So 3 very different motivations presented for their actions around the same event: patriotism, order, and challenging oppression.
Precisely. And this is where it gets complex, because these things don't just happen in a vacuum. They have real-world consequences.
You mean how it affects ordinary people?
Yeah. Think about it. When leaders use such charged language, terms like Zionist or provocateur, or frame things in stark us versus them terms,
It filters down, doesn't it?
it absolutely does. It can make everyday interactions feel tense. It can legitimize suspicion between different communities. Simple conversations suddenly feel loaded with political meaning.
Like neighbors suddenly looking at each other differently based on these national headlines.
It turns abstract political fights into tangible social friction. And everyone ends up speaking a different language, even when they talk about something supposedly unifying, like patriotism or the flag.
It feels like the flag itself, the Jalur Gimmeling, becomes less a symbol of unity and more a battleground.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's symbolic politics. The flag isn't just cloth. It's this potent symbol that different groups try to claim to own the narrative of who is really loyal.
And defining who isn't.
Exactly. These incidents become arenas where competing ideas about national identity, about power, about who belongs and who sets the rules are fought out very publicly.
So it's not just about whether a rally was peaceful or not. It's about what that rally symbolized to different people.
Right. Each group genuinely sees itself as upholding something important: national pride, rule of law, justice against oppression, and they see the other side as undermining it.
Which leads to this cycle of accusations. Hero to one group, provocateur to another.
And it leaves everyone else, you, the listener, trying to make sense of it all, trying to find the truth amidst these clashing stories.
So where does this leave us? What's the takeaway?
Well, I think it really highlights how sensitive these issues are and how easily a single event, amplified by political rhetoric,
The words they choose, the narratives they spin.
immense responsibility. They are actively shaping the national conversation, deciding whether it's one that builds bridges or digs trenches. Their actions can either foster unity or contribute to fragmentation.
It's something crucial to keep in mind as we navigate these complex times in Malaysia. The power of narrative is immense.
Indeed it is. How we talk about ourselves, our symbols, our disagreements, it matters profoundly.
Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like this.